Hi, welcome to another lesson. This lesson is on Windows Server 2019 core installation. So I have already created a virtual machine and we are about to start our installation. So the image has been mounted. We have our sizes of memory and then the hard drive. So I will just click on power on this virtual machine, then wait. So we press on any key to proceed. So this one, the core is just follow the normal installation or Windows installation steps or procedures. The only thing that actually brings out the difference between the core and then the GUI is when we need to select the guest or the operating and the type of edition that we want to run. So I will maintain the settings here. In terms of the language, I'll maintain move to next. We click on install and then we wait for it to finish loading. Okay, so now we have the operating system to install. So based on a view, we have 4 operating system editions that we have here. So we have the standard, we have the standard, which is the desktop experience, we have the data center and also the data center experience. So meaning that the one without the experience, which is the desktop experience, becomes the core. So we use the data center 2019 and then we proceed to next. Then we, as I stated in the first video, which is the server installation, there is a need for you to know the terms within this agreement. Then if you want to proceed, you accept, then you proceed and move to next. Custom, as I said, upgrade, we mostly do it from the desktop, the desktop mode. Then the custom is where we mostly do it from this angle. So we're going for custom, select the drive and move to next, and then we wait for the installation to complete. Okay, so the installation is done. The next thing that we need to do is we need to set password for the administrator. So we can see one thing about the Windows Windows Server is that when you perform installation, the user, which is the administrator account, is activated by default. We have to then set the password for the administrator. So in this case, we need to select OK. Then we provide a password for the administrator. So when you are done, you basically press on enter, and then the password is set for the administrator. So we just click on enter. So we can see this is it. So when you are done installing the server core, this is how the interface looks like. So the initial thing that you see will be the command prompt, and bear in mind that the server core has nothing to do with graphical display. Everything that you'll be doing here is a typical command. So we have a tool under the server core that we use to manage the server core. So we have the sconfig. So all that you have to do is just type the sconfig in the prompt, which is the command prompt mode. Then you just enter. You just enter, and then we have this. So when the server or the sconfig takes us to the server configuration, so information about the machine, we have the likes of the domain or work group, we have the computer name, we have add the local administrator, remote management, we can see that is enabled. We have the Windows Update settings, which is set to download only. We have download and install update. We have remote desktop, which is disabled. We have the network settings, we have time and date, we have the telemetric settings, we have the Windows activation, and then etc, etc. So here for one to make any changes in this environment, we make changes to the settings here based on the number that is attached to the name, which is the description given. So for example, I want to modify the computer name. So all that I have to do is just when we check the name, computer name is tied to what? Number 2. So we just have to press on 2, and then we enter. Then it now takes us to the computer name, and then we provide the name that you want to give to the computer. If you want it blank, you can also leave it like that by cancelling. So I will name this one according to how I have named this particular virtual machine. So I will name it as a DC-core, and then I will just enter. So there's it. Now we know that anytime that we change the name of a computer, for it to fully take effect, the machine needs to be the machine needs to be the machine needs to be restarted. So we just click on yes, and then we wait. Okay, so when it's done, this is what we have. The prompt saying press Ctrl or Delete to unlock. Now we are operating in a virtual machine, so what we need to do here, instead of we using the del, we will not use the del, but rather we will use the insert. Either we use a key, which is the Ctrl Alt insert, or we can kindly click on this particular tool here, which will also do the same thing for us. So we press on Ctrl Alt insert. So first of all, I have to click inside the virtual machine, then insert. So we have the credential. So the password of the administrator, then when you are done we enter. So it's now also bring us back to the what's the name, the command prompt. If you want to go back to the server configuration, the command which is sconfig, and then we enter. So this is it. So we can see that the name has changed from the default to the new name, which is the DC-core. So if you want to exit, you just have to press on number 1515, then it will exit. If you want us to shut down, we just press on 1414, and then it will shut down the system for us. So if you press on enter, we have it. Now it brings us back to the command prompt, or it will exit us from the server configuration back to the command prompt mode. So this ends this video section. Thank you for watching.